Good morning, everybody. We begin today's session now. Yeah. So this is the first question for the day. We have to here count the number of differences that are there in between both the figures. Number of differences that are there. We're given two diagrams. Both are of mid-section. We have to count the differences that are there. Okay, we'll start now. So the differences that are there are first this one, this one, 2. This is third, 4, 5, and then 6. That makes a total of 6 differences. Okay, we'll move to the next one. In this question, we're given some conditions. King Charles had a bodyguard of knights. 2/3 of his bodyguards were knights of St. George, 2/7 of them were Templar knights, and the last one wasn't a knight at all. How many men were in King Charles' bodyguard? Okay. Here, in this case, if we assume the men were X, the equation that comes us is 2/3 were St. George, so 2/3 of X was St. George, 2/7 of X, the Templar Knights, and then one wasn't a knight at all, but he was a man. So that is equal to the total men that are there. Okay, so the LCM of both of them here, and I can also shift this position, will be 21 as LCM. This will be 1, X will come on this side. So 16x, oh sorry, 14x. 14x plus 6x plus 21, sorry, minus 21x is equal to 1. Okay. So when you solve this will be -1, sorry. When you solve this, ऊपर आएगा आपका -x/21 is -1. So x का value आपका आएगा 21. So there were total 21 men. Okay. Move to the next one. We are given here certain conditions, certain equations. We have to identify how many teacups will balance the anchor that are there. Teacups कितने anchor को balance करेंगे. All right. So first we'll start with this part. 2 telephones is equal to 5 pencils. So therefore, 1 pencil is equal to 2/5 telephones. Now from this, when we come here, 1 anchor, this one, okay, 1 anchor is equal to 2 pencils plus 1 cup. Okay, so 1 anchor, 2 pencils ka equation we know, which is 2.5. Sorry, 2/5 telephones. So 2 into 2/5 telephones plus 1 cup is 1 anchor. So 1 anchor will be 4/5 telephones plus 1 cup. Now in this equation, if I add anchor and cup, sorry, if I add cups on both the sides to make this equation, यहाँ पे क्या दिया है? 1 telephone is 1 anchor plus 1 cup. So if I add 1 cup on both the side, 1 anchor plus 1 cup will be equal to 4/5 telephones plus 1 cup. Sorry, 2 cups, क्योंकि हम एक और add किया, so 2 cups. So this equation we know is 1 telephone is 4/5 telephones plus 2 cups. So 2 cups will be equal to telephone by 5, which is 1/5. 2 cups is 1/5 of a telephone. Therefore, 1 cup will be equal to telephone by 10. Now we have got that 1 cup is equal to telephone by 10. So हम ये वाले equation जो है 1 telephone is 1 anchor plus 1 cup इसमें डाले तो आपका आएगा where do I write it? Yeah, let me write it here. So आपका आएगा one telephone is equal to one anchor plus cup के बदले if I just replace that value, it will be telephone by 10. So one anchor will be equal to 9 telephone by 10. This is also given to us. And along with that, we also know that one cup is equivalent to telephone. We know this equation, okay? One cup is telephone by 10. So इसमें मैं ये cup का value अगर डाल देती हूँ t by 10 में, so one anchor will be equal to 9 into t by 10 के बदले 1 cup. So that makes a 9 cup. So यहाँ पे 9 cups आएगा, which will balance the equation. The correct answer is 9. Okay, move to the next one. What is a missing number? Here you're given a grid. You have to identify what is a missing number in the bottom left corner. ये वाला कौन सा number आएगा यहाँ पे is what you have to find. Okay, solve this now. Here if you observe the squares, हर एक square का addition is 14. Wherever you pick a square, it will be 14. यहाँ पे भी. So therefore, this square also has to equal to 14. So ये वाला number आपका आएगा 3. Okay. We'll move to the next one. What's next in this series? Okay. So if you observe the series very carefully, there's one side, it appears a little bit random. There's some logic also. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 और यहाँ पे आएगा 16. So if you observe the numbers, ये O T T F F S S E N T E T T F F जो है वो initials है numbers के. So यहाँ पे 16 है तो S will be the initial, which is the correct answer. Okay. Move to the next one. Only one of these objects appears in both the drawings. Which one is it? You're given a graphic which has multiple icons. You have to identify which object appears in both the drawings. Which one is it? Okay. When you observe very carefully, you'll identify that this beetle is the one which is appearing in both. बाकी सारे unique symbols है. Okay. Move to the next one. You're given here Mondrian type pictures which are exactly the same. You have to identify which of the two Mondrian type pictures are exactly the same. कौन से दो ऐसे pictures है which look exactly the same. Okay. The correct answer here is B and C. A में आपका यहाँ पे problem आ रहा है. In case of option C, the issue happens here. In case of option D, the issue again happens here. And in case of option F, the issue that happens is, one second. This is also fine. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. Yeah, the issue that happens is here. Mirror हो गया है. Okay. We'll move to the next one. You're given here some code language. Which code matches the shape at the end? यहाँ पे कौन सा code आएगा? Like this figure represents CX, this CY, likewise. यहाँ पे कौन सा आएगा code of all the options given? Okay. Now here, if you observe, is first start with the observation के what is the similarity that is there, or rather what happens when square happens in the front. When square happens in the front, जैसे यहाँ पे है वैसा एक ही है जगह, या ये वाला पोजीशन, and A also happens only once, so we obviously it means कि A तो आएगा ही. Next we find that ये वाला जो पार्ट है दे एक्ट टुगेदर. जैसे एक्स वाला पार्ट, आप देख सिंबल देखो तो स्क्वायर और स्टार एक साथ आ रहे हैं यहाँ पे और यहाँ पे, विच मीन्स दैट रिप्रेजेंट्स एक्स. तो हमको यही ढूंढना है कि सर्कल और स्टार कहाँ साथ में आ रहे हैं. सर्कल एंड स्टार कम हियर टुगेदर हियर. So the correct answer here is AY. So E is the correct answer. Okay. Move to the next one. Tower shown at the right is made by placing congruent cubes on top of each other with no gaps. Not all cubes are visible. How many cubes does the tower contain? We have to count the number of cubes that are there in the tower. Very simple. So first one, यहाँ पे एक है, यहाँ पे दो cubes है, यहाँ पे चार है, यहाँ पे this is 4, यहाँ पे 6 है, and यहाँ पे 10 है. So when you add all of them up, the correct answer that comes is 23 cubes. Okay. Move to the next one. If Miss Murphy catches her class into, if Miss Murphy separates her class into groups of 4 students each, 1 student is left over. If she separates her class into 5 students each, 2 students are left over. What is the least number of students the class could have? Okay. Now in the first case where 4 students में group कर रहे हैं तो एक student रह जाता है, वो केस में if we assume कि चलो वो एक student के साथ भी हम 3 और लोग ऐड करते हैं, so we get 4 complete groups. Okay. And with that 4 complete groups, and then we also assume that 5 वाला भी पूरा complete हो जाता है. So 4 और 5 दोनों, yeah, with the addition of 3, the 5 वाला groups also gets complete. Okay, instead of 2 getting left over. So we say कि 4 और 5 के ऐसे कौन से है, LCM है, कॉमन फैक्टर, कॉमन मल्टीपल है, which are possible. 4 और 5 के कॉमन मल्टीपल्स आर 20 के मल्टीपल्स हैं, 20, 40, 60, so on. Okay. Now what we had done is हमने एक स्टूडेंट के साथ 3 स्टूडेंट और ऐड कर दिए थे, right? So we have to separate 3 from all possibilities. So it comes to 17, 37, 37, 57, and so on. So the least value, least number of students that will be there will be 17. Now if you cross check with groups of 14, it will be 16 plus 1, 4 into 4 plus 1, and 5 वाले के case में it will be 15 plus 2. So even there the 2 is a remainder, and in the first case 1 is a remainder. So both of them get satisfy the 17 number. Okay, we'll move to the next one. A large cube 5 by 5 by 5 centimeters is painted orange on all faces. Then it is cut into 125 small cubes, 1 by 1 centimeter cubes. How many small cubes are not painted orange on any of the face? On any of the face, okay? In this case, when you cut it, after you paint it, you cut it, there will be a certain set of cubes जो ऊपर के लेयर के बाद होगा. ये जो ऊपर वाला लेयर है, इतना वाला, ये जो मैं बॉक्स बना रही हूँ, ये तीनों के तीनों बॉक्सेस जहां पे इंटरसेक्ट करेंगे अंदर के साइड, दैट इज एक्चुअली द क्यूब्स दैट वोंट बी पेंटेड एट ऑल. ऊपर के सरफेस के नहीं आएंगे बट अंदर के लेयर के आएंगे. So it's a 3 by 3 by 3 grid. So 3 by 3 by 3, which is 27, is the total number of cubes which are not painted. Now there's one formula also that the cubes with 0 painted surface will be n minus 2 cube. Here n is the number of cubes that the bigger cube is cut into. The number of, like in this case it is 5, because बड़ा वाला क्यूब 5 पार्ट्स में डिवाइड हो रहा है. So here it will be 5 minus 2 का cube, which is 3 cube, which is 27. So even with this formula we'll get the answer. Okay, move to the next one. All counting numbers are arranged in triangular pattern as shown in the first 4 rows. What is the first number in the 13th row? 13th row में first number क्या होगा? That's what we have to find. ये series आगे continue हो रही है. Okay, it's very simple. What happens here is if you look at the last digit, it's square. स्क्वायर किसका है? ये फर्स्ट रो है तो फर्स्ट 1 का स्क्वायर है, ये सेकेंड रो है तो 2 का स्क्वायर है, ये थर्ड रो है तो 3 का स्क्वायर है, और ये फोर्थ रो है तो 4 का स्क्वायर है. सो आपका जो 13th रो के पहले आएगा 12th रो. So 12th row का last number will be 12 square, which is 144. So the first number in the 13th row will be 145. Okay, we'll move to the next one. Which letter completes this chain? You're given a chain, you have to identify यहाँ पे कौन सा letter आएगा. Okay. This is also very simple. If you just locate the letters and the numbers together, you'll find that A का corresponding number is 1, X का corresponding number is 24. When you add both of them, the answer is 25. वो यहाँ पे भी आएगा, वो यहाँ पे भी हो रहा है. So F का number is 6 plus X will be 25. तो X का value आपका आना चाहिए 19. 19th letter कौन सा है? S. So S is the one which will replace the question mark. Okay. We'll move to the next one. Which number completes the puzzle? यहाँ पे कौन सा number आएगा is what you have to find. Okay. So here, if you observe the letters and the numbers very carefully, इन दोनों का multiplication करोगे तो आपका third letter which is C आएगा middle में. Likewise, यहाँ का इन दोनों का multiplication करोगे 10, तो 10th letter which is J comes here, and 10 plus 3 is 13 comes in the middle which is M, the 13th letter. So that's why F, which is the 6th letter, कैसे आएगा? 6 by 2 मतलब यहाँ पे 3 आना चाहिए. So 3 is the correct answer. Okay. Move to the next one. Which letter replaces the question mark? यहाँ पे कौन सा letter आएगा? Okay, this is very simple. Here, all you have to do is add the numbers. 8 plus 3 means 11. Abhi, P is not the 11th number in a straight A to Z series, जहाँ पे A 1 है, B 2 है, and so on till Z is 26. But if you take A का value 26, B का value 25, till so on till Z to be 1, इसमें P का value आपका 11 आएगा ये series में. So that's where it matches. Like G का value आपका आएगा 20 here. U का value आपका बन जाएगा 6. W का value आपका बन जाएगा 4. So 18 plus 17 comes to 25. So 25th letter will be B, which is the correct answer. Okay, we'll move to the next one. What time should the bottom clock show is what you have to find. Bottom clock, कौन सा time आएगा? So here, if you observe the hour hand position, यहाँ से ये position से यहाँ पे it comes to this position, shifting by 2. फिर यहाँ से ये position से it is shifting to here, it is shifting by 3. Then from this position we don't know where it shifts, but in somewhere in between, and then it comes back here. So ये पूरा जो cycle है that is made up of so 2 3. If I assume the next series to be 4, तो यहाँ से 4 आना चाहिए. So 1 2 3 and 4 यहाँ पे कहीं पे आना चाहिए, and then वहां से 5 1 2 3 4 and 5, which is true. So आपका यहाँ वाला position ये होना चाहिए ideally. Okay, यहाँ कहीं पे आना चाहिए plus 4. That's where. Now we'll move to the next one. Somewhere here. Next में for the minute hand, sorry. For the minute hand, ये position यहाँ पे और दूसरा यहाँ पे है. That comes here. This is a difference of, I'm taking the shorter difference, 15. I'm not taking the longer difference, okay? Then from this position, it comes here, which is again a difference of 20. फिर यहाँ से वो और पीछे जाएगा. So 15, 20, तो 25 जाना चाहिए यहाँ से पीछे. So ये position से ये 1, 2, 3, 4 और 5. So यहाँ 1, 2, 3, 4 और 5 यहाँ कहीं पे आना चाहिए. So this is the position where it has to be there. So the correct answer will be 955. Okay. And then वहां से if you still want to cross check ये position कैसे आएगा, 25 से 30 आना चाहिए. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. where 6 आएगा, so 30 वाला भी आपका add up हो जाएगा here. Okay, we'll move to the next one. Which picture cube does this shape make? Which picture cube does this shape make? You're given here a cube, so ये बहुत easy है. If you observe, we just go by cube by cube. जैसे ये वाला triad जो है वो कहाँ पे है? ये triad ये यहाँ पे है और ये नीचे वाला यहाँ पे है. So A we are straight away know A is correct. Okay. If you still want to cross check all other options, you can still do that. जैसे यहाँ पे ये और ये opposite facing है, so B गलत है. With case of this again opposite facing, C गलत है. With case of D, again the issue happens with the uh, this top, I mean ऊपर वाला ये वाला dog, which is this one. So this dog and this dog, when they come together, the tail part comes with the top part of it. तो tail वाला जो part है वो यहाँ पे आना चाहिए, align होना. ये edge यहाँ पे आना चाहिए. So D भी गलत है. So straight away you know A is the correct answer. Okay. Okay. We'll move to the next one. Penelope buys a small bottle of her favorite perfume for 10 pounds. If the perfume is worth 9 pounds more than the cost of the ornate bottle it comes in, how much is the bottle worth? If the cost of the perfume is 9 pounds more, cost of the perfume is 9 pounds more, और total आ रहा है आपका x, I mean 10 value. तो 9 और 10 के बीच में difference is 1. So ये 1 को split होना पड़ेगा. One has to be a value of 9.5, another has to be a value of 0.5. आपका जो perfume का है वो value ये होगा. This is the perfume and this is the value of the bottle. So 0.5 is the correct answer. Okay. Move to the next one. Which number replaces the question mark and completes the puzzle? So 6 plus 7, 13, 7 plus 2, 9. It's simple addition. 13 plus 9, 20, 22. So यहाँ पे क्या आना चाहिए? 4 plus 1. 2 का at 5. So 1 is the correct answer. Okay. Move to the next one. What is required to complete the puzzle? What is required to complete the puzzle? So here if you take sets together, okay, two dominoes, जैसे ये दो domino का set हम साथ में लेते हैं, तो यहाँ पे 0 है, यहाँ पे 2 है. 0 plus 2 is 2 and 1 plus 3 is 4. Okay, that way 2 plus 2 4 and 3 plus 4 7, but then it's blank. 7 नहीं हो सकता है domino में, that's why. So basically we return to 0 whenever the spot exceeds 6. That's why. So ये blank है बराबर. 0 plus 4. 0 plus 4, 4. 2 plus 4, 6. 6 plus 4 will be 10. So 7th will be 0. 8, 9 and 10. So 3 बराबर है. 4 plus 0 is 4. This is fine. 6 plus 3, 9. So 7 is 0. So 8, 9, 10. Sorry, 8, 9. So 2 बराबर है यहाँ पे. 4 plus 4, 8. So 7 is 0. So इसके बाद 8 will be 1. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 7, 0 आएगा. 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, this way. So 4 plus 4, 8. So 8 will be 1, which is fine. 3 plus 2, 5. 4 plus 1, 5. So यहाँ पे 5 आना चाहिए, which is the correct answer. Okay, we'll move to the next. What is missing from the last grade? What is missing from the last grade? यहाँ पे आपको ऑप्शन दिए हैं, यहाँ पे कौन सा ग्रेड आएगा? Okay, so first grade. vertical symmetry. Second grid, horizontal symmetry. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. थर्ड में डायगोनल सिमेट्री आ रही है आपकी. जो फोर्थ वाला है उसमें अगेन वर्टिकल आ रहा है. फिफ्थ वाले में आपका हॉरिजॉन्टल आ रहा है. सिक्स्थ वाले में दैट्स व्हाई देयर विल बी अ डायगोनल सिमेट्री. डायगोनल सिमेट्री कहाँ पे है? सो डायगोनल सिमेट्री हैपेंस हियर. एफ में भी है पर वो दूसरा डायगोनल है, ये वाला डायगोनल है. डी वाला जो है वो वर्टिकल है. सी इज हॉरिजॉन्टल. बी इज बी इज नॉट सिमेट्रिकल. ये वाला होना चाहिए. एंड ए वाला जो है इज ऑल्सो नॉट. सो करेक्ट आंसर आपका आएगा ई, which is diagonally symmetrical. Okay, so move to the next one. How many types of flower heads are there in the visual given below? Heads कितने हैं? Flower के heads कितने अलग अलग टाइप के हैं? वो काउंट करने हैं. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then 14. So correct answer is 14 flower heads. Okay, move to the next one. In the visual given below, the diameter of the circle is 12 centimeters. What is the area of the shaded part? Area of the shaded part. So in this case, if I just draw a simple geometry like this. In every part, you will observe that ये वाला जो shaded part है आपका, वो यहाँ पे फिल हो सकता है. ये वाला शेडेड पार्ट यहाँ पे फिल हो सकता है. ये वाला शेडेड पार्ट यहाँ पे फिल हो सकता है. सो बेसिकली इफ आई वांट टू फाइंड द एरिया ऑफ द शेडेड पार्ट हियर, आई जस्ट हैव टू फाइंड द एरिया ऑफ द ट्रायंगल. ओके, I mean area of the equilateral triangle that is there. और diameter of the circle is 12, so radius आपका होगा 6 centimeters because diameter is 12 centimeters. So the area of the equilateral triangle, now if radius is 6, तो ये भी 6 आएगा, ये भी 6 आएगा और ये भी 6 आएगा. So the area of the triangle will be √3/4 into 6 into 6. Okay. When you solve this, the answer comes to around 15.588 or 15.58, or it can also be 15.59, which is the correct answer. Okay. Let's move to the next one. Origami folds are influence the design of space shuttles. Select the characteristic or characteristics of origami folds which is or are beneficial to space shuttle design. Here I have forgotten to written, but one or more options are correct. Okay. First, structural rigidity. No, origami folds do not have structural rigidity. Tensile structure, no. Expansion and contraction, yes. That's one of the characteristics why origami folds are used, so that you utilize the space very correctly, appropriately, or in a more economical way. And also that comes with economy of space, which is also the correct answer. So both C and D are correct here. Okay, we'll move to the next one. The circle given below follow a certain logical sequence. Which of the option would replace the question mark? Okay, यहाँ पे कौन सा option आएगा? So if I just try tracing that spot which is there, it comes like this kind of diagram. So obviously यहाँ पे जो आपका spot आना चाहिए वो नीचे के side आएगा, यहाँ कहीं पे. So either your option is B or either your option is C. दोनों में से कोई एक हो सकता है आपका option. Now we'll look at the position of that spot where exactly it is happening when it comes on the when it comes down. So red वाला यहाँ पे है अभी, फिर यहाँ पे shift होता है, यहाँ से फिर वो यहाँ पे शिफ्ट होता है, फिर वापस यहाँ पे आ रहा है, फिर यहाँ पे यहाँ पे आ रहा है. So obviously here when it comes in the next part, it will come here. I mean in this position. So C is the one which is the correct answer. Okay, move to the next one. Which of the following orthographic view? Which of the following is the orthographic view of a 3D object? If you observe, it looks like a 3-point perspective, but if you look at this dimension, they look almost similar, and also this angle looks a little bit off. So when you extend that line further, you will notice that ये वाला जो edge है does not meet these 2 points. So ideally the answer is no perspective at all. This angle is weird and off. Okay, we'll move to the next one. Two words shown below use same font. From which option? From the options, choose the letter which belongs to the same font family. Which letter belongs to the same font family? Here our biggest clue is this angle. सबका अलग है. A, B, C और D. Correct answer is B. D का भी अलग है. Okay. I'll move to the next one. Identify the figure which replaces the question mark. Okay. यहाँ पे कौन सा figure आएगा? If you observe all the options, the star का position remains constant. So we know stars वहां पे आएगा. So A गलत है, D रहेगा, sorry, and C गलत है. Okay. Now between B and D, the other letters are changing. If you observe the position of the heart, यहाँ पे है, फिर यहाँ पे जा रहा है, and then it comes here. So वापस से in this case, in the third position, this heart will have to come back up. So आपका B वाला position सही है. So B is the correct answer and D is wrong. B is the correct answer. Okay. I will end today's session with this. Thank you so much.